Alright, the results are in, and by a very small lead. It is Bubble we are going to draw today, as you could probably tell from the title. Now, Bubble's going to be a bit harder than when I drew Zooble or Kinger, just because we don't really have any cool outfit designs or patterns to go off of, because Bubble's just a bubble. But one of the things I thought we could do first is something with these teeth and spikes, and I was thinking something along the lines of a spiked collar. That's what first came to mind. So I thought I'd just take that and kind of run with it. After going back and watching some episodes with Bubble and looking at the wiki and everything, we kind of get the sense that he's a little random and kind of crazy. I mean, he's an AI, so technically he shouldn't have a human form. Unless he's, like, from way in the future or something. But we're gonna give him one anyway. So I started out with this disgusting and creepy outline. I don't know why it turned out like that, but I thought this would be a really good pose for him. Thankfully now you won't be seeing much more of my, Frankenstein's monster-esque reference pictures. I mean, honestly, if you're an artist and you're struggling with poses, just mash a bunch of pictures together. I mean, it's gotta be my favorite thing to do out of the whole process. If you want to see a character drawn in the future, make sure to leave a comment. Added some little details, and after I got this basic outline for the pose, I updated a little bit to his body type more that I kind of wanted to go for. I mean, when you're a bubble, you gotta kind of assume that, you know, you're not gonna be some skinny twink. And so after that, I just kind of started getting to my second layer rough sketch. And so now I'm focusing a lot more on what kind of clothes I'm going to do and how I want to make him look. So, you know, the bubble's see-through, so the first thing I thought of was mesh shirt. That would fit really well, because I'm not just going to give him, like, bubble clothing, because not only is that problematic, but I feel like it would just look like the bubble guy from SpongeBob, but he would be wearing it as, like, a skin suit. It's not gonna work out very well. So one of the other things I was also kind of debating throughout this whole process is the hair, because again, how am I gonna make hair that's see-through? And what I kind of was looking at, like, through the episodes is, like, Bubble gets popped a lot by Kane. So I thought it would be really cool to have him have, like, hair that looks like it's exploding, so I gave him kind of more of, like, this spiky hair. I also thought it would be really funny. I don't know why, but Bubble just told me in the moment that he wanted to wear Crocs. And so here's me drawing on those Crocs, which I think are probably the best part of this design overall. I struggled a lot with the clothing because I couldn't think of anything else that really said, like, oh, this is a bubble, without just making something either glass or bubble itself, which kind of just felt almost like cheating. Like, no normal person's gonna wear that. And so I really loved how the line art came out in this. I did struggle with drawing the tongue, because I just hate drawing tongues. But once I got that down, I think his face turned out really cute, and I was really hopeful for the rest of the design. I thought it was gonna go really, really well. But we faced some struggles later on, but we'll get there when we get there. To be honest with you, even though Bubble's a side character, I've always wanted to, like, get more scenes on them. Because, like, throughout this whole process, trying to, like, make a character based off of, like, 2 or 3 scenes showing his personality was pretty difficult. Who knows? You know, maybe in episode 7 we'll get more Bubble content. You know, I'm praying for it, so we'll see. And so, as you can see throughout this whole thing, I've added like a bunch of little circles and just things to represent Bubbles, and then eventually I decided, wow, we have this perfect hand position here, so I just put a bubble in his hand. And I don't know, I just like it, so that's why I did it, because I'm having fun. I also added these like chunky sock things because I feel like he's the type to wear like socks with Crocs. Don't ask me why. And I just, like I said before, I really liked how the line art turned out, but when it got to like the colors, I had a hard time because again, everything is see-through, so it's hard to pick some colors, and even when I'm picking it like off of him, it just ends up looking a little strange. But I want to know, like, what do you guys think I should have done differently or improved upon? Because from what I've seen, nobody else has drawn Bubble in human form, so I have like nothing to go off or compare it to. So is there anything I missed or something I should have like added? Color recommendations? Honestly, I'm looking for anything here. I was at a loss for like most of this. But I also wanted to try a different way of shading, as you'll see here in a bit. Just to make it look cleaner and it's look faster, I used this undertones of purple shading, which I actually really ended up liking. The only thing with this is I didn't know how to do it with the shirt. I don't really know how you shade with that, so once I get to it, it's a little bit of a struggle. And to be completely honest with you, I would have been more than content stopping here with just like the purple shading and the sketch outline. I ended up like really liking it. It looks like a comic book, which makes me really happy. Yeah, purple's a good choice. I don't know why I haven't been using it before, but I saw somebody recently in like one of their quick sketches using purple as just a quick shading tool, you know, and it makes everything look kind of sharper, and you know, you can basically layer your colors on it and it's just insta shades itself. And yeah, 2 thumbs up. I think it looks really nice, even if it's just for black and white drawing. Mwah, chef's kiss. I did make a bad decision by shading the whole shirt. At this point, I don't know why, but it was kind of reminding me of Patrick. I think it's just because of the like color purple, and it's like the little circles look like the flowers on his pants or something, but I don't know. So I'm adding shading to the bubble, and right here I actually shaded the whole mesh shirt. Which I think looking back maybe wasn't the best idea, and I should have done it more on the color stage to add texture, which you'll see me do later on. And then here's the part you're probably gonna get really annoyed at. So throughout this whole thing, I struggled so much, not only with choosing colors, but choosing colors for Bubbles' hair. I was trying to keep it the same with Kinger and Zubul, where I pick their colors off of their character, but it seemed like no matter what colors I picked, they were either way too vibrant or way too dull. And so I ended up with like this weird mix, because I wanted to make them have vibrant hair, but I can't give them like a vibrant everything else, because it hurts your eyes. And so I was really struggling because I wasn't able to pick out my own colors. And so I ended up with this kind of strange result where I kept changing colors slightly, thinking they looked good in the moment, and then having to change them back. But you know, that's the thing, is like I'm happy with the line art. If I got to choose my own colors, I think it would have went a lot better, but I wanted you to be able to tell it was Bubble, like from just looking at him. because you have no idea how much joy it brought me when I saw someone comment on my video, and it had a drawing of Zooble in the background, and they typed that they could see it was Zooble from, you know, the picture on the front. I like cried. I was so happy. It made me so happy that it read as Zooble. But thank you for watching, because even though it may not have turned out the way I wanted to, it was still a good attempt, you know? If you liked the video, then give it a like, or maybe subscribe if you want to. And I just wanted to say real quick to my subscribers, thank you for making me look like a complete idiot, because I kid you not, I released a welcome to my channel video like a little over a week ago saying I had 15 subscribers, and in the like time span of 3 days you guys tripled that number, and so then I just looked like a complete idiot. Thank you so much. I thought that this was gonna get like 2 views. You've blown me away. That's it for today, guys. See you next time. Bye.